What's up? It's your boy Rooks. Sandra Bland is 28 years old, originally from Naperville, Illinois. She went to Prairie View A&M. She was a volunteer and also a known activist for police brutality against black people, and she was known to post a lot of videos and attend a lot of events for Black Lives Matter. Pulled over in a traffic stop for failing to signal, I believe, and there's a dash cam video of the exchange between her and the officer. I wouldn't say unpleasantries, but it wasn't really her being the most, how do you say, cooperative citizen with the officer. He asked her some questions. She answered the questions. He asked her to put out a cigarette. She didn't want to put out a cigarette. She was in her car, and then he asked her to get out. So she gets out. Actually, he kind of pulls her out, and then she was kind of handled she was handled kind of rough, I think, especially for a simple traffic stop that he could have just given her a ticket for, or a warning. Like, as he said, he was just giving her a warning, but she made it worse with her mouth. These things have happened before. Not cooperating with the police, so they make things harder for you. Sometime between then and now, Sandra has died. The official reports are that she committed suicide with a plastic trash bag, hung herself with it, actually. And there are some further details that lead me to believe that this is all bullshit.
That's some old bullshit.
There's also a picture that surfaced of her mugshot and her orange prison get-up or whatever. The rumors have started on Twitter and online and the blogosphere that she appears dead already in that photograph. They noticed that her the flesh on her face was kind of pressed back from gravity, from laying on her back. Her hair, her dreadlocks were kind of pointing backwards instead of down. All kinds of stuff, you know, and she doesn't look very lively at all in the photograph. And people are saying if she were dead, then her eyes would roll back to the top of her head. That's not actually true, you know. It depends on how you die. Your eyes may be open and looking straight ahead or wherever you were looking when you died. So, but that's just a conspiracy. There are reasons why I know that they're guilty of killing her. Sheriff came out today and said that Sandra said that she was claimed to be suicidal when she first came in.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
All right, so if you were bringing in someone that claims that they're suicidal, you're supposed to take that seriously. You always take suicide seriously, especially in a public servant and especially in a public servant or someone of authority. You're supposed to take a claim to suicide seriously. She was not restrained. She wasn't. They didn't take all the harmful things out of her cell. She wasn't put on a suicide watch. These are the reasons why I know, and I know there's small reasons, but I know that's how I know that this woman was either not treated correctly or she was murdered. Because if she said she was suicidal, first of all, it wouldn't just not be coming out. Number two, they would have done something to prevent it. Because if they did a real shitty job of it. So now that I've concluded that she was murdered, I'm going to tell you why I think she was murdered. Because, as I said at the beginning of the video, she is a known activist for police brutality towards black people. The sheriff there has already been fired from a job for his racial complaints, and you know, this is just so blatant that I don't see how any judge could rule any otherwise. But the fact is that whenever there's a racial crime involved, they make the prosecution prove that this was done out of hate, that they have to prove that it was a hate crime. Now, how exactly do you prove that somebody hated you unless you scream out, "I hate you," while you're killing them on camera, or you admit it in court? There's no way. And this is how they get away with all this shit. And this is how every week I'm over here, and it sounds like there's a war zone back home. Every week I hear about somebody being killed by the police, and it's not really all about race either. This time I think it was because she happened to be somebody that was speaking up against it. But police can kill people all the time, and if you can't prove that they did it unjustly, all they're gonna get is a slap on the wrist and they'll be back on the force in no time, because they're gonna stick together. And whether this is a government set up to keep our minds focused on bullshit, which this isn't bullshit, someone's lost a life. But whether this is to keep our mind off of the fact that, you know, McCain's just sold Indian territory to Australia, or they're trying to pull off some more ISIS shit or whatever, the fact is that we can't do anything about this, or we haven't been doing anything about this. I can't make enough videos, Tyrese can make videos, and now Sharpie can raise hell, but what's actually going to stop it from happening? Let's have a moment for Sandra. So what do you think? You think she was murdered? You think there's a chance that she was actually suicidal and she did kill herself, or what? I like to know. I like to see, because I know there are a lot of people out there that support the police 100%. And don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-police. I'm not one of the fuck the police people, but I'm also not one of those, oh, he was a thug, or she was a thug, or she deserved it. That's all bullshit. Everybody's supposed to get their trial. And this stinks to high heaven. So yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think.